1 minute?
Nope, we're live.
Oh shit.
All right, guys. We're live and ready to go. Here we are. It's March 23rd, 9 a.m. It's a Tuesday. And it definitely wasn't the pre-market we had yesterday. That's for sure. Yesterday's pre-market was on fire. Although I was actually pretty skeptical yesterday pre-market at first. Don't need that. That's you guys. Let's quickly go to here. Yesterday we had SPRT that was just absolutely on fire pretty much the whole entire pre-market session. I totally butchered SPRT, but the point is there was a really nice ticker. And then today I was kind of hoping we'd see something again similar, but we didn't at all. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Anyway, so far pre-market I'm up $150, better than yesterday because yesterday I was down 820 or something such. But so I'm definitely happy that we're in the green, but it just there wasn't a lot of opportunity, so there wasn't much to jump on. HOTH is actually the ticker I'm up the most, although the opportunities here were also pretty tight. By the time I was watching this one, it was kind of done. I could have probably done this setup here, but it just usually I don't trade tickers until they've proven to start holding their highs, and I feel like after this move to the upside, it kind of did that. Unfortunately, that's really when it started dying off. So HOTH, I'm not sure what we're going to see out of it, but it still definitely has potential. By far, though, BNTC is our lead gapper here. Just came with another shot of volume, so third stare right now. Kind of an interesting play. This is a perfect stair stepper here. Boom, boom. Hey. But yeah, kind of light action at the moment. I don't know, some decent volume, but I'm not overly enthused with any specific ticker at the moment. Let's go ahead and review BNTC a little bit here. USA Biotech, 4 million float, 14 million market cap, biotech. What else kind of we got weaseling around here? So this was news I took from TD Ameritrade. There was no news on FinViz. There might be some news now on FinViz. We can quickly check. See if they updated it. Yeah, actually they did update it. Pre-market. Here's what you need to know. Anyway, the search follows Morgan Stanley disclosing in a filing with the U.S. SEC that it had an increased stake by about 5.2% in an Australian biotech company. So they were owning 250,000 shares as opposed to 13,000 shares earlier. So a big increase. However, to be honest, I'm kind of surprised at this move here. Benitech is engaged with providing gene slicing therapies, combining RNA interference with gene therapy. I would say it's a little bit harder to gauge kind of the power on this one, but at the same time, just looking at the charts, you kind of see there's some pretty decent interest. What I always like to do is kind of look on the weekly and the daily chart to see a little bit further out, how this one could behave. There are some key zones I would like to kind of mention. right here, we've had a lot of these failed spikes to the upside, and always we're just kind of trending here to the downside. So this doesn't look like to be the greatest investment, and it looks to probably be a lot of bag holders. So you want to keep that in mind. However, we broke past some big resistance here at the 180-day moving average, and even right now we're trying to break over this kind of $9 zone. We haven't really fully broke over it yet, but we're holding our highs pretty well. So that kind of shows you we're busting past a lot of former resistance, which is a pretty bullish sign. But yeah, I think my biggest problem on this ticker is I'm just not seeing a lot of clean setups. That's making me super exciting. I think at the open, pre-market TOS open at least, at 7 a.m., we had this really, really nice pullback here and another actually really good pullback here. I didn't trade either one of them. I'm usually not the one to trade right at the open on TOS exchange, but it would have actually proven pretty beneficial. I know Steven did in the chat room, so big congrats on nailing that trade. I think, I could have maybe gone a little bit more aggressive here on this second move. It was a perfect 9 EMA pullback, but I don't know. I wasn't really ready for it yet and kind of slid without me. I've actually made decent profits here, but then I gave back the profits on this move, and I haven't really traded it ever since. So we'll kind of see where we want to go. I think, there's probably a really good chance we're going to try to break back above 8. A lot of these failed spikes also mean that it's a former gapper, right? So people do look for these kind of tickers. I just realized right here I have a spelling mistake. Fast rate of change. Fast rate of change. We're always looking for tickers with a fast rate of change. OF. I've been using this for months. I never realized that. That's weird. So we do look for tickers with strong spike history, and BNTC definitely has stronger spike history. So there is that. They're usually just not multi-day runners. Sometimes they are. Right here is a multi-day runner. But it's a lot of these kind of one pump dump kind of plays. So I don't know. Are we going to get something else like that? It's hard to say. Definitely pretty decent pre-market volume though. Or MP was being called out in the chat room. Didn't hold its highs well yesterday, and today popped up tremendously, but again, not holding its highs very well. Bit weird how this one moves for sure. Screens first patients in diabetes studies. Second phase 3. Under FDA's approval, dual concurrent protocol. Critical spot here at 10 for sure. So we had a bit of a floor here coming in originally right around $20, $19, and that's where we hit so far pre-market. I don't know. It's got a lot of sell volume. This is not a classic ticker I'd probably be looking to day trade. It's hard to say. It is kind of crawling up though. Oh, we'll put it on our watch list. We'll just highlight it for now. YVR being called out. Oh, this is like the definition of a choppy ticker. Morning, morning. We are over the 180-day moving average though on YVR, so that's actually pretty nice to see that. There's a bit of a pivot zone here around 5. Hard to say where exactly. Somewhere between 5.2 and 5.6. Kind of in that zone here a little bit. A lot of false breakouts above it. I don't know. It's... I can't say I'm super big fan of YVR. At recent closure of a direct offering at 1.8 million shares, that's not very good. Some dilution there. I don't know. You know, multi-day uptrend right now, but really struggling, very choppy. It's going to be tricky to trade. Usually on a choppy ticker, you want to be trading ranges more than anything else, as opposed to breakouts. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm still kind of waiting for that, you know, really nice setup. Otherwise, you know, there's no need to kind of force a trade. DLPN. First partnership in collectibles. This could be an NFT play. Right here, launches non-fungible token. Yep. Corey's wondering what time it is for me. Right now it's 2:12. I'm 5 hours ahead. Usually I'm 6 hours ahead Eastern Standard Time where I am right now, but America has its daylight savings time 2 weeks before Europe does. So next week I'm going to be 6 hours ahead. Nice. Happy to hear velocity. Yeah, thanks again, Corey, for sharing that with us. It's definitely an interesting thing to have. Well, we can't really ignore DLPN right now. Oh. I mean, without a doubt, this is an NFT play at the moment. TK80 is just absolutely crazy. That NFT play just doesn't want to stop. Well, we got another 15 minutes here before the market opens, and it's pretty much rarely this calm. Sometimes, I'll even want to do a little bit of trading, but even though it's not my favorite time, but right now I'm, you know, totally kind of bewildered how mellow things are. Non-fungible token, Esmo. It's really popular right now with sports, art, music, kind of collectibles, and that kind of all those niches. Well, it's all kind of quiet here on the Western Front, so might as well just throw them some news, just quickly see if we're not missing anything. This I missed. I haven't checked actually the news this morning yet. A police officer was among those killed in the deadly rampage in Boulder, Colorado. Ay, ay, ay. That's really not good to hear. Guy's really coming front and center right here. The Texas Roadhouse founder Ken Taylor. It's a sad story. Doing some voting right here in the hospital. So it seems like this school, I mean, not school, Colorado grocery store shooting here, and AstraZeneca are two of the leading titles right now. Unfortunate. Mike's is what we were looking for in response to the NFTs. Yep, that's right. With DC going from the House of Cards to C-SPAM 2, The focus is shifting from filibusters to stonks. It's funny. Man, that is some serious money. Over a 5-year period, Black paid Epstein $158 million for advisory services, including tax and estate planning. You better be getting some good services for that. You dodge the rent, but you can't dodge taxes. Amen. Failed to close 21% of their income. That's a lot. I wonder what the average, the other 90%, what their disclosure average is. Arguing every $1 spent on enforcement in the IRS returns 5 to 7. That's actually pretty impressive. Yeah, remember tax was delayed now to May instead of April. That was a funny one. Let's see what this guy's wellness routine is. It's good old Krispy Kreme. Let's see if anything else is popping up. I'm also taking things extremely slow right now because I just don't see anything popping any way that I like, so I'm not too focused. But SNMP, the fact that it's sold off so much might make it a huge dead cat bounce proponent into the market open. I'm actually going to be kind of interested in how SNMP performs going forward. I love pasta. There's new pasta. What does that even mean? Sauce. Okay, this was actually popping around yesterday. Microsoft in talks to acquire messaging platform Discord for more than $10 billion, according to Bloomberg. If you guys don't know and you guys are new here, don't forget we do have a Discord where Fridays, when we're not going to be streaming, we're going to be in, and that is where we have a lot of other discussions as well. Don't forget to check it out. It is on this link here, tradejournal.co/connect. And when you're here, you just scroll down and you can go to the Discord group from here. Microsoft will start bringing workers into its Seattle area headquarters March 29th. I wonder if that's a good move for Microsoft. I'm trying to think here. My problem with the whole Microsoft backend is things get so messy. I hope they, I don't know. I feel like, you know, if you're like playing Xbox, or like let's say you want to do something with Xbox and you go to Microsoft Live or whatever you have to go to, before you know it, you know, you're trying to like browse a game, or you're trying to just do anything, and all of a sudden you're like about to buy a Microsoft Office and you're like, that's not what I wanted to click on. Their backend just gets really messy. taking steps to address the mental health of junior bankers. Ah, Wim Hof in the Wall Street Journal. It's a crazy guy if you guys don't follow him. By the way, these Google Trends with Corona spiking worldwide look to be somehow off. I have not really found similar reports. Don't know where that's coming from. Reuters have some really good graphics on coronavirus. It's actually not the one I was looking for, but it's also quite interesting. Yeah, Ali, it would be actually a great addition for the Xbox community for sure. Yeah, so the Roadhouse CEO looked like he had a really, really bad case of tinnitus after coronavirus. It was intensified. That must have been pretty rough. China's fake fishing fleet. What did I miss here? All right, I'll have to check that out later. Anyway, guys, I'm going to try not doing P&L open. I already went ahead and removed it from my charts, so that's going to be kind of interesting to see how it works again. Pre-market, it was actually funny because I'm still so used to look at my P&L open. I was constantly like, oh my God, what's going on? But, you know, it just takes a little bit of getting used to, I got to say, when you're so used to looking at the P&L open. I'm going to keep a close eye on SNMP. I think this one has a really good red to green potential. Even dead cat bounce, I think this one is looking pretty interesting. BNTC, I like the possible move back to 8. Even back to VWAP, that would be a good move, around 30%. So I think those are all tickers I'm just kind of interested in. DLPN as a NFT play, can't really downplay that one. So I don't know, I think we have some interesting stuff. I'm not super stoked about anything, but I'll be looking for support zones for sure. So good luck, everyone. Got another 33 seconds here before the market opens. Don't forget to change your time of force today. Oh, do our last stretches here. And just watch and be patient. Good luck, everyone. Dun, 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 dun. BNTC and SNMP are both selling off quite a lot. Let's see if this breaks. 50s. I'm not really sure if it's going to break the 50s. BNTC bouncing. Market's slightly red. 57 holding well. Oh, there's actually the crack, so let's see how much more it can go. I'll probably put a starter size at 52. Watching it. It's gonna try maybe one more time to break it. $4,000. This is a very small size here. It's only about a $5,000 to $6,000 size. Very, very small. BNTC is bouncing a little bit. $18 million float, so it does have that potential to spike back to the upside. That's what I'm waiting here for, a possible red to green move here over 1.6. Let's see if we can see it, maybe even 1.7. It's very small size though, just want you guys to remember. Taking some profits there at 56. I only bought at 52. That was about a 4-5% trade. Not the biggest trade, but you know, we try to squeeze out of it what we could. I thought we might run through. Okay, there's the run. Didn't really want to give it that many attempts. Let's just keep watching this one. It's actually looking pretty good. I'm still watching BNTC, also looking really hot right now. It's our lead gapper as well. TKAT popping up here. Nice little pop. Nice little flag pattern as well, although it just did have that failed move. YVR, which was the, YVR, which was the choppy one I was talking about pre-market that was being called out in the chat room. I wasn't a big fan of, but it's actually a pretty good open so far. SNMP really doesn't have a lot of dollar volume. I didn't put as much focus on that before, but that's usually a big red flag. BNTC just broke. Sketchy open here. Do you guys prefer it when you see the P&L open? For me, it's, I don't know. I'm still thinking how much I like it. But let me know what you guys think. And if you guys really do kind of miss it, I can show it on the stream, but just not show it on my chart. This actually looks like a good little DLPN setup here. Nice answer, Bren. And yeah, I figured though it is kind of entertaining to see and also kind of helpful, maybe to anyone that's new. DNTC's BNTC's making a big sell-off here. Anyone trading that flush? Ooh, that flush is no joke. It's a tricky open to play right now. I feel like BNTC sold off again. Almost surprised it hasn't been halted. That 4 million float, 14% dip to the downside. I was almost ready to buy the BNTC dip, but I probably would have wanted 3 red candles. This move just felt a little premature, so I didn't end up jumping on it. TKAT flag pattern. At $70, absolutely crazy. I thought this one was overextended, going to sell off more when it was here at 30. Coulda, shoulda, woulda put that in my swing portfolio, huh? YVR actually halted here. I didn't realize that before. It's going to open up again in about a minute. Let's see if there's anything else I missed. No. YVR is the main one halted. Actually, it is the only one halted this morning. It's going to open up pretty much in a minute, so let's definitely want to watch that. Let's definitely watch that one. They had an offering not too long ago. Ooh, scary stuff. Maybe they're going to start exercising that offering at one point. And definitely no stranger to dumping into spikes, this stock. That should have opened up there. Might be a 10-minute halt on YVR, I guess. Actually, what I can do to show my day P&L, if I go here to detach, and then I just kind of remove everything on here. And then I just say customize. Could even put P&L day on it if you guys are interested. I have yet to trade this one, but let's say if we go to BNTC, you can see P&L day, what we're up. I'll just move this out of the way and then I could attach it later. Still halted. Yeah, thanks guys for calling out YVR. I'm seeing that. Tom, Hip Hop, Jose, appreciate it. Hoth with a big bounce off of looks like 2.6 or something like that. Maybe even 2.59. It's definitely a little bit slower than I would have expected. I'm not too focused on anything. YVR still holds it here. That's going to open up again in potentially a minute, depending if it's a 10-minute halt or not. Not the nicest open, but we might have some turnarounds real soon. Maybe some 10 o'clock reversals. BNTC also trying for that. BNTC had 3 perfect stairs pre-market, and then the third one, before it could maybe have a continuation at some point, ended up selling off, and it's been kind of doing so ever since. Right now it's kind of at the point where it broke out from the last one. Too much downside for me to trade this at this current point. Big resistance here at the 9 EMA on BNTC. Let's go to YVR, should be open. Good luck anyone on YVR. This ticker's no stranger to selling off. Put a small order there at 76 or something like that, just in case. It does have a 78 flash sell-off. But yeah, I'm not even really rooting for that, to be honest. Just very light activity here, so I'm not super aggressive right now. Well, I'm watching BNTC. It's breaking the 620 zone. If it breaks 6, I would probably consider buying it on a dip. YVR could be a great pullback trade as well. It's not selling off that aggressively, kind of holding this area, which is kind of a good sign, but I'd be worried on a flash sell-off if I was buying here. Yep, DLPN just halted. Good call out. Probably a volatility halt. That was a pretty big move. Doesn't look like it, but it was over 13%, I think, from the low right here. 14, almost 15%. So yeah, it's a volatility halt. Stock's moving over, 15% in 5 or 10% in 5 minutes. Yep, LUDP volatility halt. $5 million float, so it has that spike ability. Also an NFT play. They launched an NFT creation and marketing division. Expects first partnership in collectibles. Should be a 5-minute hold. Nice move on YVR, so it was a perfect pullback. That's what we were thinking it could be. It was holding its highs very well. It's going to open up at 52.11 roughly, DLPN. We'll see what kind of snag out of that one. Big daily volume on it. Have some really nice highs here. Just moving slightly above these kind of stiff ranges. Has some really good upside potential now in these ranges for sure. We're right around the place of the last high spike. $14.76 was pre-market highs. It's usually a 5 minute hold, Jay. So I just add 5 minutes to the last trade, which was at 47.11. Sometimes it's a 10 minute hold, so it gets me. And then, 5% of the time it's a 60 minute hold or so, or longer, 2-3 hours. Watching BNTC as well still. It's possibly breaking 6 very soon. Nice open there. Very strong. This could be the move. 5 million float. Big volume though. Spread's pretty heavy. You got to zoom out a little bit. Whew, that was a flash. Nice bounce though. I was just about to place a limit order down there at like 12.3 or something like that. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, huh? Really nice move. Let's see if it can spike again. Good catalyst on this one. I wasn't a big fan of all the sell volume overall. A little bit unpredictable the way this one's been trading. DLPN is our second lead gapper based on dollar volume, so a lot of potential for sure. Just gonna put a small size down here just in case it does have a quick sell-off. Very small size. Nice, Jonathan. Happy to hear, man. That was a really good move. I'm still watching BNTC for a break of 6 possibly. Removed limit order for now just because it's so unstable, this ticker. Watching BNTC. It did crack 6, but it's not going down so much. I was kind of hoping it'd be a little bit stronger sell-off. Maybe into the 80s or so. DLPN is crazy slow, huh? BNTC is back above 6, so I could have jumped on it at 597. But again, I was kind of waiting for a little bit more of a sell-off. DBIG halted. Good call out, Prey. Broke some bigger resistance, possible upside to about 5. It's a weird trading day today for sure. A lot of slippery slopes. YVR was actually really nice. I wish I had kind of jumped on this one a little bit more aggressively. You know I'm usually not too crazy about trading halts though. A little unfortunate. Yeah, is BNTC still going to sell off? Possible entry on BNTC at 91. Removing limit orders. Possible fill at 87. Some more support coming in this one. Buyers are definitely there. I'm not trying to time a reversal on this one or anything. I just felt like we had huge support here from the former second leg or second stair, and I just feel like, you know, there was good opportunity. Looking for that possible move back above 6. Volume came in okay for once. That was a really strong hammer candle. Right now we're right around a base hit. Would be nice to see this one go above the 9 EMA, even if it's slightly. Try to take the profits. Unfortunately, we didn't get away with it. For anyone that's curious with the P&L, we don't have it set up right now. I'm not watching that screen, so it's fine. Healthy little pullback here. I'm thinking we might see a move over 6. There's bigger buyers there at 92. Might even average into this one. Looking for that move over 6. Maybe I'm gonna close. Okay, I closed here, and then maybe possible buyback. Just move to 93. Ah. It really looks like it's gonna break 6. Even the 5 minutes, a nice hammer candle. There it is, 603. That was my original target. I would have closed at 603. I left 5 cents on the table. You know, you could say, oh, you know, went up to 609, or maybe it's going to go to 65, you know, or who knows. But for me, my target was 603. I closed at 598. Oh, well. DLPN being called out. Oh, yeah, very nice. And then gets halted. Absolutely beautiful. Nice, Jonathan. Congrats, man. Corey, sorry to hear, man. That's so stressful, those situations. But at least they're all super small losses. That's good. It's hard to say what's going to happen with BNTC. DLPN back open. Maybe worth small size here in DLPN coming up. I like the possible upside to 20 here on this one. Put my limit order at 62. Put it at 64 just in case there is a quicker pullback. It's kind of what I was thinking last time, but I didn't do it. BBBIG. BBIG. I don't know. I don't really like tickers that just pop up and smash down again. It's not that interesting to me. Maybe there'll be some dead cat bounces on the way, but who knows. Bigger sell-off there on DLPN, 8-9%. Holding though well. A lot of dip traders here on this one, you can tell. Yeah, Nick, I know what you mean. DLPN is a real tricky one. Hey, does anyone know if there's a way for me to detach my monitor tab, especially this P&L day area? Because I would like to show you guys it, but hide it for myself while I'm day trading, so you guys could see these kind of numbers as I'm in the trade. I feel like, oh, was that the detach? Oh my lord. You know, I was looking for it all pre-market. I was constantly clicking on these. I didn't even know that was a button just now. Okay, never mind. I guess that answers the question. All right, well, it's not so important for today, but tomorrow I can have it set up. So let's say this kind of pops up somewhere here. I don't know. I can figure it out. Perfect. Cool. Failed breakout there at DLPN. I would just be a little nervous the ticker gets halted to the downside, but even if it gets halted to the downside, I'm not really sure how bad it's going to be. Possible small size on DLPN if it does have a little bit more of a dip here, which it's not even really looking like. Yeah, YVR is kind of in the setup for a bounce. That nice move off of 6.5. Technically, it's, you know, into its bounce, I would argue. BNTC in its own little bounce territory as well. Yeah, Colby, I totally feel you on that. DLPN is such a slippery fish. I'm gonna have a limit order on this one just in case. I think DLPN could be, seeing a lot more upside today. I think we have room to run until about 20 or so. But right now we are on a backside move, so I want to be a little bit careful how I want to treat this one. I feel like, though, we might have a nice little bounce off of VWAP at one point. So I am kind of testing the waters here just a little bit. Decrease in sell volume, or just decrease in volume in general on the backside is kind of a bullish sign. So I'm thinking we might see a little bit more out of DLPN. I'm not sure how aggressive I need to be getting, though. Nice, Jonathan. Happy to hear, man. Congrats. Don't forget to drop a like on the way out, man. And I'll see you tomorrow. Congrats again on the green day. Half of being a trader sometimes just knowing when to walk away. There's so many days where I give back so much profit. And I didn't even really want to keep trading. It wasn't even that good conditions, so it's always really frustrating when that happens. So, if you're not seeing the market that you want, the trading opportunities you want, sometimes it's really better to go walk away. Appreciate it, Jonathan. Yeah, DLPN, see, there it goes, already spiking back up. I was feeling like there's a good chance of a pop, but at the same time, I was having a hard time getting aggressive because of the way it flushes, and right now it is kind of doing that flush again. Boom! Into the 13s right away. Wow. Big dip there. I would be long if I left my limit order. Yeah, so that would have been a good one. I would have had to be maybe a little bit more patient in that. I don't know, just leave my limit order. I was right not to want to, get too aggressive because the way it flushes. And the trade technically came to me perfectly, but I removed my limit orders right beforehand. So it is what it is. Phew. Pray that sounds like a volatile day. That sounds like my yesterday. I was down 800 so pre-market and then made it back. But that was hectic. I wish I could take my standing desk with me on any trips I go on. I feel like I miss my standing desk so much. And that was a nice little 6% bounce off the lows there. Congrats to anyone that got it. I mean, that was pretty clean in a way. I felt like it was almost obvious. Man, I'm kind of disappointed I didn't go for it. Yeah, Pray. What I do sometimes is just use smaller size on setups that aren't as ideal. Kind of helps me stay in tuned a little bit better. SNMP is having that kind of big bottom turn that we were talking about. I was thinking maybe we were going to see it on a big spike on the open. Looks like it ended up going down to like 134, and now it's up around 13% off of that. Not really something I'd be too aggressive with trading, but you know, nice rounded bottom for sure. YVR being called down. Slow setups. DLPN popping again here. Sticker is sure is pretty exciting though, as sketchy as it is. 5 minute was like a perfect pullback. The spread is pretty nasty on this ticker, so it's a little harder to trade. We see that flush just right before we switched. It was more just like a big wick, but you know, still 5% from the highs. I mean, this ticker you kind of have to watch out for. Technically a really good pullback opportunity for continuation back above 1455. Definitely a good candidate for scalping, I think, this one. Oof, BNTC does not look so pretty. We're getting some pretty nice dollar volume though across the board. I mean, TKAT up 630, DLPN $460 million volume. It's pretty solid. YVR at 380. It's all really not too bad. Summer is approaching, guys. You gotta mentally, well, okay, first we got spring, but remember in the summer months, you know, sometimes it's like an amazing when we have a ticker over $100 volume. So just keep that in mind. Right now we still have a lot of beautiful volume, and sometimes we get a little bit spoiled and then we forget what that's like later. Look at YVR, it's really gaining some downside momentum. I'm not sure, Robert. Is there an example of that? Boom! DLPN breaking out from this little flag pattern. Nice little 5% pop there. Oh, this is a good one. DLPN, I got an idea. Let's write a press release and say we're doing something with NFTs. Everyone will throw money at us even though we have no actual plan to make any money. And then you do an offering, right? That's how it works. So savage. Yep. No surprise there. This was a 56% move from the open. I still think it has upside to 20. Yeah, I'm not sure, Robert. It can't be like a share or anything like that. That wouldn't make sense because that's fungible. DLPN is definitely a good opportunity. Ooh-wee. Look at this thing pop. Volume coming in here as well. We've had 13% dips, a lot of 11% dips. This ticker definitely does like to scare people and shake people out, though. Question is, can it break past this double top that it had? A little bit more of a sell-off. Dang, all the way down to 1437. Whoa. Bouncing up though, support came in finally. You could definitely feel the support on that one. Possible entry at 41, small size, very, very small size. Long at 41. If we can get a small entry below that, I would also go for that. Tiny, tiny size here. Less than half of my average position size. Nice little pop there at 82, but very light volume. I'm gonna take profits. Very small trade. Just wanted to kind of close out and see how this one would go and develop. You know what I could probably start doing as well is put the open on here for after the market opens. That might be the best. Let's try it and see what you guys think. See if I like it as well. Okay, getting a little bit more continuation. It actually looks pretty decent. Volume on the bounce though is so light, and that's what had me kind of nervous, and that's why I closed. That was a big reason behind why I closed my position. Unfortunately, it did have that 2% move pretty much right afterwards. I just don't really trust DLPN so much in terms of, you know, its ability just to shake people out really, really hard. And then it's impossible to manage your risk on those big flushes. God forbid you're in one of the flushes that actually ends up getting halted, right? I think DLPN breaking 16 though would be a really good sign, and then, you know, this ticker could start having a good continuous uptrend until at least 20. You know, who knows what we're going to see on this ticker. This is a lot of volume we're seeing today. But, you know, it's also because there's a lot of dilution, so you want to remember the fact that this ticker just dilutes like crazy, which means it's probably getting sold into by insiders. It's not very nice. TKAT selling off a little bit. Anyone going along TKAT? Trying to get an entry off the highs? See if this thing has another continuation inside of it. I mean, it's up 6,000%, so This would have been a good time to forget about my order and then just remember that we were long this one. But that's not a way to trade. That is not what you want to be doing. Let's quickly review our swing trades here. Actually, we're down 500 today on our swing trades, but overall, we've had, you know, decent little turnarounds on some of them. Primarily PLBY Playboy. This one is really doing well. NVVE. I did want to review this one as well. I was like, I just got confused in my own mind. This one had a recent merger here from Newborn Cap. I'm not up 1475 on this one at all. It was a merger, NBAC. This is what it looks like after merger. You know, this ticker, you know, I feel like we did really well on this one. My only problem was I didn't sell here, I didn't sell here, and I didn't sell here. So I had 3 opportunities to take fat daddy profits around 30%, and I didn't do it. And, you know, it's not because I was greedy or arrogant or whatever. I was just constantly waiting for what I felt a pretty likely move back above 22, even if it was a short-lived move. That was my area of taking profits. So like right here. Unfortunately, you know, maybe on this failed attempt here, I should have realized maybe we weren't going to see that, and I should have closed probably in somewhere in this area. I should have had my stop. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't manage this one as well. Anyway, the transition happened. NNVE and NVVE, sorry about that. So yeah, that's this ticker. So yeah, this will get my old data at one point. You'll see the average price and everything get corrected tomorrow. I think it takes about a day, and then you'll see all the proper information here. But right now, we're not up 1475 on this one. But Playboy is still one of my bigger winners at the moment. So this is really nice. You can see here on NBAC, this is where it's actually down today, and this one's up today. So these are kind of canceling each other out. But yeah, overall, kind of a bit of a red day. Not so much in the markets. I mean, it's kind of just like a break-even day. But my portfolio, I mean, we got a lot of the high flyers, right? So they're kind of taking a hit. GHVI, unfortunately, one of the bigger ones taking a hit. Really failed to break out there at 16 and now diving back lower. But I'm pretty confident on this one. I'm totally fine holding this one longer, so I'm not really too worried. Remember, I always like to say, you know, give yourself at least, you know, 2 months for your swing trades. In terms of when you need the cash, not necessarily when you want to close it out, but you know, in terms of like, oh, getting worried or something like that. That way you can really kind of look at your swing trades with a bird eye view. BNTC kind of popping here though. Velocity, that is something that at one point you just stop worrying about and stop thinking about. BNTC might be a candidate here for a break of 620 roughly. It's a big resistance zone, and it's already up around 10%, so I'm not super optimistic, but I like the volume that came back on this one. That looks pretty good. If I was looking a little bit closer, I would have realized that we made a higher low. Unfortunately, I didn't, but let's see if we can break here at 620. Having some problems. Either way, I'm not trading it, but I still love watching these. You know what they say, screen time, right? I got it on my second screen. DLPN found a lot of support again on VWAP, bouncing back up. Yeah, in terms of day trading today, I think I'm going to call it. It's not really the most exciting day trading day. Yesterday was way more interesting. So maybe tomorrow it's going to come back. But I don't know. We'll see. DLPN's trying again for 610 and then maybe 620. So we're entering up the day $613. Not really too bad for the fact that I felt like today was not a good day. Didn't really have too many red trades, so I'm pretty happy with that as well. Yesterday was a very slippery day for me, so I'm just happy. I think today was, for what we had, I felt like today was kind of consistent, like in my trading. So, you know, regardless of what the P&L is, if it's a red day, if it's a green day, I always like to reflect on my trading, and I think, you know, today I did pretty okay trading. I think if we had better opportunities, I, you know, obviously could have made more money. But I'm happy I didn't get stuck in any of these nasty flushes today. I mean, there was a lot of traps out there today, and I think I did all right job avoiding them. But, you know, it's not always the case. So I think looking back at it today, I'm more or less just kind of happy how it overall went. So that's all I can really say. Sweet, guys. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up there. So tomorrow what I'll probably do is I think I'm going to go ahead and make P&L open show after the market opens, and then pre-market I'm not going to have it. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try it out one way for each half of the day, see which way I kind of prefer more, and then I don't know, we'll go from there. But I think for streaming it's definitely better that you guys have it. I think it's more interesting and insightful. Otherwise, for me, it can be very distracting, where I look at the P&L as opposed to the order book. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking there. That's why we had it removed yesterday and we had it removed today. All right, guys, then I guess we'll wrap it up there. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Like always, stay safe, make some awesome trades, and I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow then. Don't forget to join tradejournal.co/connect, or at least go over there and join the Discord if you guys have not done so already. That's where all the good stuff is. And check out the Foundation video series if you want to learn about everything we do here. All right, guys. Peace out. Ciao, ciao. You.